Hi guys, it's me, Lee. Hope you're having a great day. I thank you for joining me today. So I am going to do another get ready with me. I hope this will be shorter than the first one that I did. My skin is already prepped. I put on my serums, my moisturizers, my eye cream. I let them sink in at least for 5 minutes. I like to let it all sink in for as long as possible, but it's been at least 5 minutes. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna just do what I normally do when I'm just getting ready to go out for the day, or just want to have just a fresh, pretty look. There's no particular look I'm going for. I never really do. I just go for a glowy, natural, fresh, and pretty look. So hopefully I'll accomplish that, and I do, hopefully, when you see some of my videos. But so here we go. So I did try, I'm not a primer person. I don't buy primers, but I did have a sample of a primer. It's the Maybelline Master Prime. It says it hydrate and smooth, and I put that on as well, just right through here and on my cheeks, and it feels okay. We'll see. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge primer girl, but we'll see what happens. So I am going to, what do I want to wear today? Either my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Illuminator or my Algenist Tint and Radiance. I think I'm going to go with the Algenist. This is not a bad tinted moisturizer. It is one of the thickest I've ever tried before. It almost, to me, is as thick as maybe some foundations out there, but it does not feel heavy at all. It feels very nice, very lightweight. I don't even feel anything on my skin. So I'm just going to put that on. I keep getting this little blemish here. I think I'm getting hormonal breakouts, and I'm not sure what it's from. I have been experimenting with different self-tanners for my face, so that could possibly be it, but I've never had an issue with breaking out before. So we'll see if that is the case. I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk damp blender and just blend this all out. And again, I have a mirror that has, it's 1x, and then it has, I think it's 7, 10, and 3, but I love it. And it's very, you cannot find this mirror anymore, at least I cannot, exactly this mirror. So I hope I don't wind up breaking this, but it really helps me to see, you know, what I'm doing, and it gives me a good idea what's blended and what's not blended. So I really like this mirror. Okay, what else am I going to do? I am going to use my good old standard Maybelline Age Rewind in medium. I put that over my lips, a little under my eyes, concealer. Also, if you see right here, I usually wear my glasses, and why I love to wear my glasses, I just cannot stand the lines it leaves. So I'm trying to find something that will help with, like a pad that can go on my frame, that'll keep them from slipping, one, and then two, that'll keep me from getting these little marks, because it is annoying, but it's hard to find anything like that, especially when I'm looking for something that's silicone, so it doesn't show, because they're not eyeglasses with adjustable pads. They're built in the frame, so it's harder to find some kind of pad for that to keep them from causing me issues. So that's a pain. Okay, I'm gonna put a little, I put some on my lips to cancel out the color. I'm just gonna put a little here where I have the blemish or the pimple, and just tap it out slightly. You still can see the red mark there. Well, I'll worry about that later. As you can see, my hair's up out of the way. Forgive the way it looks, please. I always have to have my hair away from my face when I am putting on my makeup because it drives me crazy when it gets in my way. I'm going to follow up with the Age Rewind and the Brightener. I'm just going to put a little bit in the corners just to brighten up this area. And just a little bit. So I'm sure you heard before that I talked about our weather here. I live in the Cleveland, Ohio area, and I'm sure some of you that live in the same area as we do are experiencing the same thing. But it's unbelievable, the weather, because people are getting sick left and right because you don't know how to dress. You don't know. One day you might be wearing shorts and sandals, and the next day you're back in, an overcoat or a parka or something, because it really gets, the weather's crazy. So if you hear me sniffling a little bit and a little congested, I'm still trying to get over having a head cold, but I think we're going to turn a corner here. It's supposed to be like 80 soon, but then it's going back to 60, so it's no wonder people keep getting sick. People meaning me and people that I know, but oh well. There's worse things that could happen, right? Okay, so I think I need just a little bit more brightener, and what I'm going to use here is my Instant Light Brush On Perfector. This is 00, but this is by Clarins, and I really like this because it just helps me to just give it a little brighter look on my forehead, in between my forehead, or in between my eyebrows, I'm sorry, and then just through here. Now I use it now, and then I'm going to set it here shortly, but I also may go back in and use it again. Especially, I notice after things settle on my face, and I'm sure it happens to a lot of people, but once things settle, if you get an oxidation on from your makeup or something, sometimes I have to just go back in and brighten some areas or add a little more corrector, just because the area didn't take the way I wanted, and it melted into my skin, and I suppose that's where a foundation would come in and help with, things staying better than maybe a tinted moisturizer does. Although I really don't have a problem with that. I hope I don't, because I really don't want to start wearing foundation if I can help it. Again, I haven't worn foundation, or haven't tried foundation in years, and I'm sure they're wonderful now. I'm sure they're nice and light, but I would just prefer not to. Okay, so I'm going to set this with my Charlotte Tilbury, and this is Airbrush Flawless Face Powder. This is in number 2 medium, and I'm going to just take my Real Techniques brush. I love this little brush. It's the setting brush, and I am just going to go in and set just very lightly. Not a big powdered person at all. I don't really care for it, especially as I'm getting older. My skin is getting drier. Now, if I'm going to go somewhere and I'm going to be gone like all day and I'm not going to be able to touch up my makeup, I may then do a little more powdering just to try and set it a little bit better. But for the most part, I really don't. I just don't wear powder all over my face. Yeah, you could still see this redness here. Okay, well, maybe I'll have to break out a thicker concealer. But for now, we'll go on to 2. I'm going to go on to bronzer, and I talked about this bronzer in a haul. This is the Becca Sunset Waves. As you can see, it's a couple of different colors. It is such a beautiful bronzer. I really like it. Got it on Costco for about $18. I think they're sold out of this particular color now, but I really, really like it. So I am going to take this Heavenly Luxe, it's called the Wand Ball Powder. I think it's number 8 by IT Cosmetics. And I'm just going to swirl the colors together, tap a little bit off, and go to town. This brush is very nice. It's very, it's not dense and it's very soft. Now normally I like a denser brush, but for this type of bronzer, because it is very pigmented, I don't want a brush that's too dense, so I don't want to pick up a lot of pigment. I just want to pick up, you know, just a little bit. And then if I have to go in and take some off, then I will use a denser brush to do that. But for the moment, this brush works pretty good. And it like I said, it really is a nice, it is a nice brush. And I actually bought this on eBay. You know, you could get some good deals on eBay with things. You just got to be careful. I have never, I think I've gotten burned maybe 2 times, and it was nothing, thankfully, nothing very big ticket items, but I contacted eBay and I let them know. Well, first I contacted the customer because I want to give them a fair shot, and I don't want to give anybody a bad rating or, you know, drag anybody through the mud if they're not going to correct and fix stuff. But if they don't, and they just don't want to work with me, then I will contact eBay, and they've, you know, stepped up to the plate and refunded my money. But it's a really good way of finding, you know, they said this brush was new. I'm assuming it was because it looked very new as when I purchased it. But you know, I also washed it, so that was fine with me. I saved quite a bit of money doing that. So anyhow, I was going to use my Brulee by MAC, but I think what I'm going to try is this MAC Paint Pot Painterly. Like I said, I used to love purchasing MAC stuff, and I just haven't in a while. But I love this just as a base, just to give my, because I don't use eyeshadow primer either, but it just gives my eyeshadow or my eyelids, you know, just it almost acts like a corrector. It's not for that, but for me it almost acts like a to cancel out any darkening or blueness on my eyelids. So I put that on here, and so far it's very nice. It does remind me of Brulee. It's one of my favorite MAC base colors for my eyeshadow. But this is not bad, so we'll see how, you know, hopefully it won't crease. We'll see how it goes. So I bought that. And then what am I going to use? I am going to go in, you know, I think I'm going to just use a very light, I'm going to just make this really simple. I am going to use, I think it's called Naked Lunch by MAC. And I'm just going to put it lightly with my finger. Let's see what kind of pigment. Again, ladies, I do not do anything special with eyeshadows. I don't use 3 or 4 different colors. I don't know. I just never have, and I probably never will. Now, that's not to say if the lovely Lisa Eldridge would come knocking on my door and say, "Hey, Lee, I want to do your makeup." I'm not going to say, "No, Miss Eldridge, I don't want you doing 3 or 4 different colors eyeshadows, and I don't want you to make me up. I want you to do what I like doing." Of course. Of course I'm not going to say that. But for me, every day, just to throw stuff on and get it going, you know, I don't know. 3 or 4 different eyeshadows is just not something that I would do. So that's kind of why I don't do a lot of get ready with me either, because I don't consider this a tutorial in this, you know, aspect as a makeup artist would do, because I'm not one. But I just consider it just to show you how I get ready and what I do and the simple way I like to do my eyes, or my makeup, I should say. Now I'm running, again, I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing a line above. So I'm running, this is Mally eyeshadow stick, in Chocolate Diamond. I'm running this in my upper waterline because it's going to give me a nice boost and really ramp up the lashes, the base of my lashes, and open my eyes even more. It's very hard to do with contacts, but we are going to prevail. And what else? So I want to get out my brow brush. I bought a new brush. I found this on Amazon, and I actually really like this because I'm used to this. Is I think I've talked to you guys about. I talked with you guys about this. This is my Sonia Kashuk. I bought at Target. I've had for years and years, and I love it. But I found this is Japanesque, and it's got my favorite brush on one side and then my eyelash comb on the other, plus this little spoolie. So I thought it was a really great idea. I like the dual-sidedness of this, so I just picked it up. Now I see that looking in here that my bronzer needs to be blended out more, but I'm going to wait until all this comes together, and we will see what happens from there. So I know I do things like, you know, haphazardly. I don't have any set way of doing anything. I just get in here and start playing around. And what do I want? I want, let me do my lower waterline while I have it, and I'm going to use my Saddle Shimmer, another Mally. Run that on my lower line. And again, I really don't do anything perfect. I just kind of slap it on and, you know, hope it all looks okay in the end. Okay, so I am going to use I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm using retinol, Skin Medica retinol 1 point. Wow, that stuff, I have not used that stuff in a long time, and the only reason is because I just wanted to try other retinols. And that, I've used that before, and I used it years ago, and I love it. I forgot how much I love it, and I also forgot how strong that stuff is. It's very, very powerful. And why I don't intentionally put it on my eyes, it does, of course, seep there when you, you know, using your hand to rub on the retinol, and I just do it around my eye, lightly just around my eyelid in this whole area here. But it does seem to get on my eyelids somehow, and my eyelids are very dry. So I don't want to call any attention to that area. So I am not going to put anything very dark. I'm just going to use, like you saw me, my paint pot and my Naked Lunch on top. I forgot to mention this. I talked about this mascara in another video. I have been a big fan of this MAC Extended Play Giga Black Eyelash. I really like it because it's kind of like a tube mascara, and it does last. Excuse me. But what I don't like about what I didn't like about the mascara is the brush is very small, and I know a lot of people like that because most people use it on their bottom line eyelashes, and I completely understand because it is a good bottom eyelash brush. But I don't use it just for that. I use it for the top as well. Anyhow, to make a long story short, I read on their website that they were coming out with this one, which is the Extended Play Perm-Up Lash. And if you can see this, it has a nice curve to the brush. I love it. I love this brush. I love this mascara. It does not flake on me at all. However, I will say this, the same with the other one. if you are in an area where there's high humidity, or you are out, I don't know, you know, you might get caught in the rain, or you just might, if you unfortunately are crying, although sometimes you could have happy tears too, but if you are going to do anything with water or humidity, it does not last, and that's unfortunate. But the other one didn't either. So this is just an everyday mascara that I would wear. You know, you could wear it to the office, you could wear it to shopping, going, you know, wherever, going out to dinner or whatever, but I would not wear this if you want something that's going to last and not budge. This is not that mascara. But from a standpoint of formulation, and I love a curved brush because it, and hopefully you'll be able to see this, it just, again, here's the brush on this. It just curves to my lash. Hopefully you can see that so very nicely. And it just gives it a little oomph. And it really seems to help curl my lashes, which is what I want to do. I've been having some pretty good luck with my lashes lately. I have experimented with eyelash serums for years and years and years. And one of the things I don't like about eyelash serums is, you know, eventually your eyelashes will start falling out, and that freaks me out. It just does. I think, oh my gosh, what the heck? I'm seeing, you know, my eyelashes are different lengths, and you could see where they broke off, and so on and so forth. So I don't really like that. So I've been experimenting with some different eyelash serums that are maybe not as, I don't want to say not as powerful, but maybe, and I don't want to say more natural, because I mean, I know they say castor oil can work wonders on your lashes and your eyebrows, but I don't know. But anyhow, so I've been experimenting with an eyelash primer, and I've been experimenting with a eye cream that has an eyelash, I said eyelash primer, I meant eyelash serum. I've been experimenting with an eyelash serum, or an eyelash cream, come on, get it together, Lee. An eyelash cream that has a little bit of serum in it as well. And I think between that and this other serum I've been using, it's really helped keep my eyelashes in decent shape. Now, it's been a couple months, and I don't want to mention what it is yet, because I want to see if my eyelashes are going to fall out. Because again, I don't know, it just freaks me out. I don't really like that. But if you get you know, eyelash serums do work, but that's the side effect of it. Anyhow, let me just, I see I need to run some more of this under my eyes, or under my, on my waterline. Okay. All right, and then what do I want to do? I'm gonna just use, I picked this up. I don't know if I like this. I don't think it, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my eyebrows, but it's the Anastasia Clear Eyebrow Gel. I don't think it really lasts and keeps my eyebrows from moving. And to be fair to that product, there's not a lot of things that will keep my eyebrows from not, to keep them, there's not a lot of product that'll keep them staying in place. Even hairspray doesn't work a lot of times. So I want to be fair to the product, but it's okay. I just don't know if I think it's worth the money that I spend for it, and or is any better than something I could pick up in the drugstore. And I'm not going to fill in my eyebrows today. I'm just going to leave it, because this is pretty much what I would do anyhow. I don't really fill in my eyebrows unless I really want to, you know, do up my makeup a whole bunch. Okay, I am going to use my Nars, the Hot Tryst palette, and I think I'm going to use the Real Techniques again. It's the, yeah, I can't see what it says, it's worn off, but I'm going to use this color right here, and maybe a little bit of this too. You can see that. And just put it on the apples of my cheeks. It's got such a nice glow to it that you really, there's 2 highlighters in this. You don't really need it, I don't think. And I know, you know, there's another palette that Nars came out with, and I did try it. I still think I like this first one better because I think it has more of a satin and a shimmer to it. And again, it's not a shimmer that's glowy or disco ball looking, but it just gives, you just don't need a highlighter when you use it. So I like that. I think that's a good thing for me, at least. I am going to use, let me use this. This is my Exaggerate Rimmell Eastend Snob. I'm going to use that. To line my lips, and then I am going to try, should I use this? Let's see. This is Tom Ford Casablanca. And that lipstick is so creamy. It's my first Tom Ford and probably my last. Well, I shouldn't say that, but, and it's not because I don't like them or like it, because I do. It's just, it is expensive for lipstick. Okay, and then I am going to just take a little off, and I am going to add this color. We're going to see how this is Stila. I talked about this in a haul video. It's my it is called Beauty Boss lip gloss, and this is in the color Synergy. I'm going to try this. Now, when I put a lip gloss over something existing, whether it's a lip liner or a lipstick, I do not like to take the wand and go right on it, because I don't like the lipstick to get on the wand and then dip it back in here, so because I don't want it to mess with the color or the formulation, well, really the color. So I like to just take it and dip it on my back of my finger, and then go in and apply it. What do you guys think? I think it needed a different lip liner, actually. I think it needs a different color lip liner and maybe a different color lipstick, but we're just playing around and experimenting. And I need to go back in. Oh, let me do this real quick. And blend this in a little bit better. I really like the Nars blush. I really do, and I especially like this one. I forgot the name of the other one, but this is the Hot Tryst. This is the one they came out with. I think it was more in the fall, and I really like it for the glow it gives your face. If you can even see that here, you don't need a highlighter with these. And the other one that they came out with a couple months ago, I don't think it is as glowy. Well, at least not what I like. I mean, I'm sure it's suitable for other people, but I like my blushes to have a little satin or a shimmer in them, so that's why I think this palette is much better. And here's my trick that I talked to you about the first time I did a Get Ready With Me. Very careful, lightly pressing, going in, and just separating these a little bit. And you could probably see the curl I get if you compare it to the two. Go back in and do it this side. Very lightly, very gentle. Don't pull, don't tug, and release very slowly and just pull away. And then just separate the lashes. Now I would go in here and I would probably play a little bit more, but I think that's okay for the moment. I might even add another layer of mascara, but for video purposes, especially on the bottom, because I could see where I need it, but for video purposes, I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. And I think that's it. Let me just take my sponge and go back again over this. And I'll still do some blending. And I really want to try that because this is a beautiful lip gloss. And I really would like to try this and experiment with different colors because it is really, I don't know if you could see that well, probably not. Let me see if I can. You know, I'm not a big swatch person, and the reason I'm not is because I think lighting and a person's skin tone really can affect, you know, how the color looks. So I don't know that it's not a true representation in my opinion, because it's going to look different. Every color is going to look different depending on your skin tone and how your skin reacts, like oxidation and things. But just to show you, it's a very pretty lip gloss, and I think it needs a certain color lip liner that I need to experiment. But for now, I think that's it. I would, like I said, I would go back in, keep blending things out and making sure, maybe adding a pop of blush here or there, but you get the drift. And this is just a real, trying to be as quick as I can doing this. Usually it doesn't take me 30 minutes to put on my makeup, but anyhow, I hope you guys like this. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until I see you again next time, bye guys.